be passing around. Please do well to drop your offerings because I have left some very valuable tips on surviving in Nigeria. with people at Miva Open University. You need to build the ladder and connect with people even outside Miva Open University. We have a lot of professionals here, but good thing is that most of them are our students. However, we have some other professionals that we've extended invitations to. Some are here already, some are on their way, and they'll be joining us during the event. But I really want to appreciate these special guests that came pretty early to the event, and they've been very warm and connecting with our students. I'd like to appreciate Dayo Otokiti, who's the Director of Operations at the Lagos Business School. He's here. Let's put our hands together for, please can you give us, please, okay, he's there. Please, can we have him in front, please? Let's put our hands together for him as he comes forward. Deborah, can you help us sit in front? Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo, for taking our time off your busy schedule to join us today. We also have Olai Yemisi Da Silva, who is from Cronies Finance Limited and an executive in resident at Miva Open University for business negotiation. Let's put our hands together for her. Can you have it forward, man? For those in the September 2024 period, you should be clapping louder. Yeah, she's one of our executive residents at Miva Open University. Thank you so much, ma. Please have a seat. And joining us today, we have Binta Gali, who is the senior manager of the Career Advancement Center at Miva Open University, who joined us all the way from Abuja this afternoon. Let's put our hands together for Binta. I believe after her presentation, this applause will go higher because a lot of people don't know about the Career Advancement Center, and she's going to do a very quick presentation on what we are doing there. We also have one of the most disturbed program coordinator at Miva. I'm saying this because in the community, they never stop tagging her. She's no other person but Deborah Kende, who is joining us, the MBA program coordinator for Miva Open University. Let's put our hands together for Deborah. For those that have been tagging her, you should be clapping more. And for those that will even tag her in the future, I think you can do better. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I call in the engine room of the Miva marketing team. For every ad you've seen about Miva Open University, for every Miva content you've seen out there online and even physical, this is one of the brain, I'll say the engine room of what we are doing at the marketing team at Miva Open University. Is our Senior Vice President, Marketing and Communication, Oluwafemi Fadipe, who's joining us all the way from Abuja today. Let's put our hands together for him. Like I said, it's an engine room, it's already working. I think we didn't even hear the introduction. Hello, Femi, say hi to your people. Hello, Femi. Come on, say hi to your people.
Hi, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much. And again, I want to specially welcome every staff of Miva Open University that is here present, from our engagement officer in Lagos to Dara from the marketing team to our cinematographer Austin and every Miva staff that is here present today. Let's put our hands together for Miva once again. And for the most special guest of honor, the Miva stars of the Miva postgraduate program. If you are not clapping for yourself, then we need to do it. Come on, we can do it louder. Let's put our hands together for ourselves this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lagos, for coming out. I'm aware some students traveled out of state to join us today. Thank you for joining us. Trust me, this event is going to keep happening and it's going to be bigger and better. But we are going to quickly run through the program. I said I don't want to talk so much today. I want us to connect and also, do some activities and even some fun things as well, just to keep the evening going. But I'd like to especially welcome the Vice Chancellor of Miva Open University for a brief opening remark. Let's put our hands together for Professor Tayo Ayologun as he comes on stage. You can do better, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Godwin. It's a great evening. And maybe I should first confess that I'm actually an introvert. How many people are introverts here? Yeah, thank you. We are many. Because in almost everywhere, you could have as much as 60%, 70% introverts. But my job has actually changed me from being an introvert. And it is good that we should be able to change. So it may not change permanently, but find ways to switch and stop being an introvert. Femi used to be an introvert before. Godwin used to be an introvert about 10 years ago. And we can all change because it's good that we network, we open up, we communicate with ourselves. And so I want to go through the message I've actually drafted. But as I'll be talking, I'll be putting some ideas forward so that we can pick something. It's not just about learning. It's about connecting with ourselves, networking, innovating, and then enjoying ourselves. Is that not correct? So, I'll start by saying good evening once again, because for me, I always like to meet younger people. Am I old? Yeah, thank you. So we are all young, because when you keep learning, you become younger, become more experienced, and then you can blend. And there's no difference once you are able to blend with young people. Because this age, if you are not ready to blend, just like if you are not ready to blend with AI, you are likely going to be what? What did you say? Left behind or dropped. Okay, left behind or dropped. So it's very, very important that we stop being an introvert. So I will start with distinguished guests, esteemed faculties, and mentors, and most importantly, our vibrant postgraduate community. And I want you to know that our postgraduate community has actually grown beyond 4,000. Let's clap for ourselves. Actually, we are 4,225. And the PG that we did orientation for today, there were 2,225. And that means that will still grow before the end of this month. So let's clap for ourselves. Because if you understand the implication, it means by the first graduation coming up in December, we'll be turning out not less than 800 graduates. January, April, possibly another 1,000 by end of the year. So we are having a vibrant community of alumni. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. And that is what I want you to picture. And what I'm trying to say is that all the networking support that you need is within us, is among us, and we must tap into it. And that's why this program is very, very important for us. And we must key in. And that was why I started with, are you an introvert? Please, you have to switch and not being an introvert. So I want to welcome you to the very first Miva Master Mixer, your launch pad for connection, innovation, and growth. Is it not? Thank you. And tonight is not just about gathering, as we have experienced. We've taken pictures, we've interacted, we've picked addresses, we've communicated. I know I've gotten phone numbers of several people today since I got here at 4 p.m. And it is about conversations that spark opportunities, collaborations that break boundaries, and insights that will propel you to your next breakthrough. And what is your next breakthrough? Please ensure you write it down. What is your next breakthrough? Please, if you have not written it down, please get somewhere to write it down. Keep it, see it every day. And then before you know it, that breakthrough will come out. We come to life. And at Miva, we know postgraduate study goes beyond lectures. Godwin mentioned that, and assignments. But we've been giving you assignments for people who are just joining us. It's more of, let me tell you, the program is actually full-time. Don't let me go beyond that. It's full-time, and that means you must find a way to plan your time, be dedicated to it. It's not really tough, but you will enjoy it once you're able to manage your time. Mrs. Oloruntoye, you can attest to that, and some other people here. So it's not just something you gloss over. That's what I'm trying to say. But you will enjoy it. Do not be afraid. Ask people, seek help. That's what we always say. And that's why we have provided various support levels for you. So, a community that will carry you into opportunities you have never imagined. And that is what this community is about. Imagine 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, big community. The opportunities are limitless that you can key into. Tonight proves it. Debates, pitches, mentorship session, career insight, and even those game-changing sessions. LinkedIn headshots. Let me also confess again, this particular job, I got it through LinkedIn. I'm saying it. Usually before 2023, I just had LinkedIn page. Put my name, my picture, that was all. And where I was working. But one way or the other, May 2023, some people look and ask questions along the line, send message. In fact, I did not see it. You know, in LinkedIn, if you have not paid or you do not have friends and others, you may not get message. And one way or the other, they got my phone number and I was able to start the interview. And today, I'm vibrant on LinkedIn. So, but I got this job from LinkedIn. And that's the importance of networking. But you should also do digital networking. It's going to help you. So like I mentioned, whether you are here to pitch bold ideas, network with industry leaders, or discover your next big opportunity, you are taking charge of your future. Are we not ready to take charge of our future? Yeah. We are. So let's clap ourselves. Because you are already here, that means you are ready to take charge of your future. And I'm happy to hear that. This room is filled with tomorrow's solution providers. You are all solution providers. And before I finish, I will let you know why you are tomorrow's solution provider. And innovators and leaders in business, policy and society. You are the leaders of tomorrow. But tomorrow is actually here. Is it not here? Mr. Oladapo, is tomorrow not here? It's already here. We are in the new age. So we are the leaders and we must be ready to take the future by bulls by the horn. So here is why I have a challenge for you. And my challenge is that you have to step out of your comfort zone. And that was what initiated my first question, that are you an introvert? You must change. And what I want to say is, introduce yourself boldly. We have done that, but you can still do it again. Make sure you get contact of at least 20. Godwin, you mentioned 20? Yes, sir. All right, I will stand by that. 20 people here. Get contact of 20 people, and you will see the benefit very soon. And speak up, reach out, and seize every moment. And by tonight, leave with at least one new idea and one meaningful connection that could transform your journey. And not only stepping out of your comfort zone, take initiatives. You may say, maybe at home, maybe at work, somebody say, oh, who can help me, who can do this? Please step out to say, yes, I can help. Though you may not know the answer at that point, but the moment you say, yes, let me see if I can help, the inspiration for the solution will come. From experience, it comes. So what I'm saying is that you must be ready to help people. We are here to help ourselves. I must be ready to help others. And that's the key thing about it. So at Miva Open University, we democratize world-class education and empowers you to compete globally. And that is our goal. We want you to compete globally. Actually, every job is now global. Is it not global? Every job is global. And let me tell you, Nigerians are now competing, they are now doing remote jobs. As you are doing remote jobs, very soon, some other people will also be doing remote jobs coming from Nigeria. Or you are not thinking that way? So it's global. So we must be ready. We must prepare ourselves. And that's why we must network with ourselves first. So this mixer embodies that vision. And that's why I call it triple M. Is it not triple M? Triple M. So that we can bring talent. You all have talent. We can bring your energy. You are young, you are vibrant. And then we can bring your ambition. You know, I ask, what are your goals? What are your next breakthrough? Once you're able to bring all this together, you become unstoppable force. You can reach the top of your career. You can go beyond. You can go above and beyond. You can become whatever you plan to be once you're able to manage all these three together. So let us make tonight count. Network fearlessly. What did I say? Network fearlessly. Yes. And then let's innovate boldly. Let's think out of the box. There's always a solution somewhere. Let us innovate boldly, and then let us connect authentically, meaning that have intention, intentional connection. Connect with people genuinely, and by that you will become the best that you are meant to be. And that is the key thing in our anthem. Become the best that you are meant to be. Are we ready to become the best that we are meant to be? All right. So I don't want this one to end here. I want us to form ourselves into groups. We have advantages. We can come together in person or virtually. And we have a study center here in Lagos. You can use the place as a meeting point. We have a cafe one locations where you can actually meet. So I want us to have what we call self-organizing groups where we can join hands together and meet. Imagine 20,000 network of people. It is massive, and then we can achieve that. Welcome to the moment. Please seize the moment. Thank you so much. You are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I believe you can do better than that, everybody. Just like I said earlier, we cannot overemphasize the need for connecting and building healthy connection. So, just to take us further, in the introduction of this event, and this is very important for those that joined us today in the September 2025 cohort. So we have other activities that we've lined up for the event today, and one of it is the business pitch competition. So at Miva Open University, we believe that whatever we've taught you in the classroom, it is very important to use this very familiar environment to practice it and build on it. And that's why today we have a business pitch competition that is going to be between students at Miva Open University. If you are a September cohort student just joining us, I think that one thing we should strive to do is to be on stage here when we do this sometime next year, competing and even sharing your idea to the world. Now, why are we doing this? We believe that the best way to hone skills and also to help project ideas is actually by discussing it. A lot of us here have built a $2 billion empire in our heads. If you are one of us, let me see your hands up. Like, you have built it already. You finished. You are the CMO, the COO, and the CFO. But nobody has ever heard about this innovation. It died with you. It's currently dying. And I hope that today, this business pitch competition is going to awaken something in you. It's going to make you go back and reflect and say, these people are doing it. And I just looked around. I've not seen anybody with two heads here. I bet there is somebody at the back. There's nobody with two heads. So, like Nigerians always say, nobody has two heads. If that person can do it, it's just the determination that you need to also be able to do it. So today we are going to have the business pitch competition. Like I said earlier, we do not want to talk so much here. We are supposed to play some networking games, but if you've not met anybody today, I think this is the time for you to go home, because we have been shouting networking since. I literally have shook the hands of over 70 people this evening. And I'm hoping that for some of us here, we might have even done the same, and even above that number. So I'd like to quickly welcome our judges for the business pitch competition. I'm going to be introducing them and welcoming them. I would like them to have a seat right here so that there will not be any distraction. You know, they have to pay rapt attention and there won't be any distraction during this process. This is why I mentioned their name. I really want us to give them a round of applause while they come out and be our judges for this competition. And starting off, I'd like to welcome Tayo Otokiti, who is the Director of Operations at the Lagos Business School, who is one of our judges. Please let's put our hands together for him as he takes his seat here. The reason why we are separating them from the VC can tell it, let this person be the winner. Right now is impartial panel of judges. And I also like to welcome Oluwayemi Da Silva, who's already seated, just to move a little bit closer to Dayo Otokiti. So, you know, there's a way these judges behave, they just whisper to themselves, and they can help us. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome an internal judge. And this judge is not from the MBA or the MPA program. She is no other person but Dr. Fumi Shodipe, who will be joining us from the Department of Mass Communication and a versatile businesswoman, so she can actually relate to what we are discussing here. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for our judges once again. All right, do we have our contestants in the house? Are you ready? All right. So what are we looking forward to today? I think I'll let you be the judge of that. But I want these people to be able to sell their business to you, and I want to see if you'd like to have a stake in that business. And today, trust me, it could be like it's a competition and it's just an activity, but your next co-founder or even your next financier is seated in the house today. And for me, if I see a very viable business, trust me, I'm going to give the person 70% of my salary and start building that business. Because I remember Mark Zuckerberg's story. There, someone tanked. A couple of his friends didn't buy into the idea. But who is smiling now? All right, that's what for someone here. So if you think that these ideas are brilliant, we'd also want to hear your thoughts. So we'll be doing a live voting. So we are going to pass around a barcode for you to scan and tell us which of these businesses you'd like to buy into, or which presentation you think is properly structured and you can buy into. Is that okay? Please don't vote for face. Vote for ideas and innovation. All right, thank you. And I want to just quickly introduce our contestants for today. And I want to start with our first. Okay, before we go ahead, please, Dara, just take some time to pass the barcode. And you can, once you scan, you can pass it to the back so others can also scan the barcode. Is that okay? All right. It's pretty simple. Simple Google form. Once you listen to them, you also pass your judgment. And I think live voting is 20 marks. It's big 20 marks out of the 100 marks that we have here. Why I would not be listing out other criteria, when we are done, the chief judge is going to tell us all of these criteria that they've used to rate and score the competitors. Is that okay? All right. Are you guys excited? The room is becoming dull. What's happening? Let's put our hands together for ourselves once again. Thank you. All right. So, DJ, can you give us some music interval? I think that we need to switch up this a little, get our contestants to be ready, and then I can invite them and we will officially start the competition. Let me listen to music. I think music has a way of connecting people and helping them let loose. Are you ready for us, DJ? All right, thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you so much. I'm going to start by introducing our competitors today. If I introduce you, please, the seat in front of you, the first seat, kindly just move there and sit there and during the rest of the program. Let's put our hands together for Otoria from the Miva MBA program, who is speaking our idea today. Come on, guys, you can do so much better than this. Thank you. You can have your seat in front. We have Stephen Adeniji, who's also here pitching his business. Let's put our hands together for Stephen. Thank you. We have Orushe Bubemi Makomi. Let's put our hands together for. It seems that you gave me fans already because the upload is loud. Thank you. All right. So maybe I should put it out there so we can also help and guide us while we are making decision of voting. What are we looking forward to? Their presentation skills, the innovation behind their idea, the business model, market readiness of this idea. Is this something that the market is ready to accept? We are going to ask them a few questions. The judges will ask them, and also one question from the audience. How they respond to this question, and lastly, the audience voting. And all of these are 100 marks spread across the different criteria. Did we all get that? All right. The most important thing is that you should be able to buy into their idea. And to get us started, ladies and gentlemen, the first phase is where they come to tell us about the business, and then we can ask them questions afterwards, and the next person comes to present. Is that okay? All right. I'd like to start by welcoming Orishe Makomi, who would be our first speaker for the evening. Let's put our hands together for her. Thank you. Let's keep that coming. Very important. Dr. Femi Akibola is going to be our timekeeper, and she has 5 minutes for this session. Are you ready? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Orishe Benu, and I'm the founder of Otoria, a value-driven educational playground for African children, both online and offline. Otoria is a value-driven educational platform for children, and our mission is to inspire curiosity and nurture character in the heart and mind of children.
How 5 minutes starts now.
Once upon a time, we lived in a society where an elderly person would sit to tell stories at night, and children would gather around to listen to the stories, and we called it Tales by Moonlight. Well, these were the stories that shaped our morals, our values, and our beliefs, and they kept us rooted in culture. But now, the world is now a global village, and as a result of the globalization of the world, there are a lot of content that children are consuming. We see a lot of children growing up with more technology than ever before. But the question to be asked is, are these children growing up with the right characters? Over 70% of the content that's curated for children are actually misaligned with the morals and values that they are supposed to be embodied by the parents that are around them. A lot of beliefs are deliberately being engineered. For example, we have the narrative that you can be any gender you want to be, knowing fully well that there are just two genders, the male and the female gender. So we have been forced into a state of emergency. And what are we doing about it? There's a need for us to rise up as parents, as people in the society. What in a line in the Miva anthem was like, we should stand for the future. Standing for the future is our priority. And that is what we are doing at Otoria. We're a value-driven educational playground for children. And we are trying to help children to get the right content that they need. We are meeting children at the point where they are, both digital and offline. For our digital platform, we have an engaging app that comprises of stories, interactive games, and a properly curated gamified model. For our offline platform, we are also sharing physical books, stories, and community engagement for children, where they can learn these values real time. And we're also measuring progress and ensuring that they learn and these characters are being imbibed in them. Also, Otoria, which is the value-driven learning playground for children, is empowering local creators like illustrators, writers to share their voice on our platform. We have 3 business models that we use. Currently, our app was released a few weeks ago, and a couple of people here have already downloaded the app and they have already started engaging with the app. The app is a paid and subscription-based model. So we have the family plan where they can be billed monthly or billed annually. And we also have an institution package for organizations such as schools. Aside that, Otoria has another revenue stream of selling physical products like toys to meet this offline audience that we have. And aside that, we're also into licensing of our content and our stories to several partners and organizations that will be interested in us. Currently, looking at the African markets, there are over 500 million children that are under the age of 15, and these children are our target markets. And aside having target market of 500 million people, for instance, in Nigeria, we have about 230 million people in Nigeria. And the serviceable markets are children that can be reached via schools and homes. Looking at this map, we are on a pipeline to actually reach out to 3 to 5 million children within the first 3 years of operation. We are not just an app, we've actually started the movement. And we released our mobile app, like I mentioned, few weeks ago. And in that app, we have about 40 plus curated stories and audiobooks for the children. And we partnered with over 40 African creators to start reading and sharing their stories. Now, October is beyond stories and animation. We're actually trying to change the future. And by changing the future, we are giving them options, meeting them wherever they are, giving them a box, giving them the right content that will help them grow. We've been pushed and been challenged, and now we are responding by changing this narrative. So far, like I mentioned, we have a community of over 2,000 plus families that we've engaged. And these families are not just people who are actively or are not just people who are passive, but we are actively engaging them every single month to release content. So even as parents or as writers or as creators, whoever you are, you can actually be a part of the Otoria community to share your voice to shape the next generation. Now we are using technology, innovative games, stories to paint a picture that shapes the culture and shapes characters of every single child because nobody is doing it for us. So we are inviting you to partner with us. We are inviting you to join us to change this narrative for children. Thank you very much.
All right, let's get up for her once more. Please take 3 questions. We'll get 1 question from the judges and we'll allow for anyone in the audience to ask. 2 people from the audience ask their question.
Yeah, so, no, it's not my book. This is slow, so that's why.
Hi, Richard Ubemi. Well done, you did a good job. Can you help us spell the name of the organization?
Otoria. A stories that we tell, and we are trying to pass down faith and culture in every story that we tell.
Hi, my name is James from the Miva Numeric Codes, MBA program. My question is, what is the monetization model for your business? How do you make money, basically?
Okay, so we have the online and offline. So on the app, it's via subscription. So we have the family plan, which family pay monthly or annually. And we also have the institution plan. So we have package and customized plan for organizations such as schools. That's the first one. The second one is via licensing. That is licensing our product, our characters, and our stories to other platform and through partnership. Then also we have through the offline platform, that is the sale of our physical products, our books, and also branded merchandising. So those are the three major revenue streams that we have.
All right, thank you. We're supposed to take the questions, but we have a lot of people asking questions. And please, we can take this conversation outside this place. If you think it's a good business you want to buy into, just feel free to call our meet her. This is the master inside here. Meet her and answer this question. Let's answer that thank you so much. And I'd like to welcome next which is going to be from Stephen Adeniji. Let's put our hands together for Stephen as he comes up. We can put our guys. Remember, it's very important to listen attentively. So you can know this is a business to buy into.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Am I? Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen Adeniji, and my idea is titled Data Medic. Now, Data Medic is a mobile inventory application that connects pharmacists to their stores and takes that information, providing it real time to consumers. So I'm going to explain with a little illustration how this works, because it is something that started with me as a person. Now think of when you wanted to buy a drug and you had to go to a pharmacy to get it. When you don't find it in that pharmacy, you have to drive to the next one and then the next one. What if you can create a platform where you simply enter the drug you need, and within a radius close to you, you can get exactly the pharmaceutical store that has that drug available. Now, when you make that search, your next step is to go to the pharmaceutical store and make that purchase. We are seeking to connect that same information to the inventory of the pharmaceutical store. So if, for example, I have a son who is asthmatic and I want to buy one inhaler, I make a search, I find out that the Miva pharmaceutical store has 2 inhalers. When I purchase one, the checkout system automatically updates the inventory such that the store owner knows that he no longer has 2 inhalers, he has 1 left. And that same information is also transmitted to the customer's mobile application. So what we are doing is we are trying to solve a problem of inventory management in the pharmaceutical industry, and we are linking that to efficiency in providing drugs to people when they need it. This is a $1.4 billion industry. According to Moneypoint's case study on pharmaceuticals, there are 500,000 people visiting the pharmaceutical store every day in Nigeria. Now, why is that important? It's important because we must know that according to research, there is just one hospital for 5,300 people in Lagos. What that means, therefore, is that the number one access to healthcare for Nigerians in Nigeria today are not hospitals, but pharmaceutical stores. And 76% of the problems that pharmaceutical stores face is their inability to stock the right drugs for patients when they need it. So what we have done is to create an ecosystem where we channel inventory management and connect it to the desires of customers who need drugs when they need it. All this happens real time. The technology is available and we are on our path to building it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stevie. Let's start with Dr. Is there any question for him?
Thank you, Stephen, for a good presentation. My question basically would be, in your design, do you have plans to include the prices of those drugs? And how do you ensure that you get cooperation of the pharmacists to work with you? Because if that is included, some will be disenfranchised somehow, thinking that if I give you my price or my access to my inventory, then if I don't have it, people will come or buy from a partner who sells cheaper. So what is your plan to make sure that you get a cooperation of the pharmacists to give you access and be able to work with you?
Thank you very much. That's a very insightful question, and I really appreciate you for that. It's a debate we are currently having. Some are of the school of thought that the prices should not be there based on the reasons that you shared. Others think that perhaps we should put a price because in the pharmaceutical industry, drugs not only are specific to the solutions they provide, but also the price is also based on the brand. And so we have drugs that solve the same problem, but are in different grades and brands. I must tell you that we have not come up with an answer to that now, but we want to start from the possible, which is at least making our consumers know paracetamol is available at this store. We start from there, and if we see that people want to know the exact price and the exact price of the exact brand, then we will provide it. So, but for now, it is still a debatable issue that we are working on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Chido Joko, English. Great presentation by me. So, my question may be like story, but I just want to understand. So, you're going to connect to the inventory. Some of these houses already have things that are using in their houses.
Yes.
Many of them are not things that are cloud solutions, so you probably cannot connect to their APIs. Are you going to build an ERP that will help those businesses? That's one. Secondly is, we talked about quality of the medication. So you already probably have insight into the products that you have, not necessarily for supply chain. Are you also going to build for that to make sure that the products that are getting to the pharmacies are actually great products and people that buy them have great products as well? And then finally, just one more question. So you also said that you're going to be connecting based on radios. Now, if based on the radio that you have, the products that you need, they're not available in those stores, what exactly are you going to do?
Thank you very much. Those are very, very important questions. So I'll start with the question of the ERP. Now, we are not building a new ERP. As I speak with you, there are already some fintech companies that have inventory applications that are cloud-based and are real-time. It already exists in Nigeria and are inventory management platforms. I just don't want to mention name. So it's our plan to collaborate with the existing ones. Interestingly, I also have experience in the payment industry. So I know the kind of application that is required to build this. We are not building from scratch because the technology is already available. What we intend to do is partner with those who already have it and integrate that into our platform. You spoke about fake drugs. Now, the interesting thing is, once there is data and information that can be tracked, is one of the things that helps to reduce fake drugs. If you look at the ACPN, the Association of Community Pharmacists in Nigeria, they already have the data. We have 25,000 licensed pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria. We have 2 million that are unlicensed. And so it is an opportunity, once the data is available, to bring in people and ensure that those drugs are gotten from specific suppliers. What we can do, which is one of the things we are thinking about, is when there is a need for a pharmacist to ask for supplies, he can notify the manufacturers directly from the same application, and the pharmaceutical manufacturers can provide that supply, cutting off fake drugs that are existing in the ecosystem. Thank you very much.
So I have two questions, right? You spoke about getting people. I didn't get any direction for logistics because for someone like me, I like business, right? I'm also a marketing field. There's something about logistics that supply chain speaks to me, and I think it's that for me. So what's your plan? Because if I'm ordering a drug and I see that it's close to my house, I'm not supposed to still go there. I want to make it again. So I think you need to fix me up on that. That's number one. And number two, what's your plan for the people negotiating and government and the older and the aged that cannot have a full understanding of what you're doing? Because I think these people that actually need these services are trying to provide, right?
Yes.
Because for a place like Plus that is selling paracetamol for 10,000 naira, if you put that on your app on your website, I'm not able to afford it. So back to what the judge said about pricing, you need to, find a way around that pricing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those are important questions, and I think one of it ties to what the guy said. Okay, so now, when it comes to logistics, one of the things about building applications is that you start with solving the pressing need first. And so it's by building the MVP, which is getting people access to the drugs they need. Interestingly, pharmaceutical stores like Medplus and the big ones don't need our service because they already have robust inventory management systems that solve that. What we are solving for is the small stores that already have the technology that exists with the POS machine. That's all. You have the POS, you have a phone, you can use our service. It's as simple as that. We are not solving the logistics problem yet. Delivery is a totally different part of the business. We are not doing that yet, but definitely we will get there. Thank you very much.
I think I have more than 10 years of that net. But to be a service to others, it's because of asking more than 2 questions. So please, again, it's a visa event, get it by the corner, asking these questions. You think it's something you want to work on with him, and then you can just keep that up and back. And so let's go on the right way for Steve. Thank you so much. Are you having a company? This is side area. Please, everybody let's get up for us and I'd like us to move to the next and the final presentation for the evening, for the pitch competition. Let's put our hands together for
Good evening. Good evening, fellow solution providers. How are we doing? So my name is Oluwatoyin Oluseye, and I'm the BDM for VPay Technologies. And the problem we're trying to solve is we see that every day in Africa, a freelancer, a student, a creator, a business is facing a challenge, a hurdle, which is payment failed. And because they cannot pay internationally, it hampers a lot of things. Their creativity, their access to global opportunities, so many other things. And that's why we decided that we're going to create a system whereby there are no hurdles when it comes to payment. You have seamless, fast, secure payment, and that's why we have VPay. Now, for VPay, we launched in July of 2025. That's about 2 months in the business, and over the past 2 months, we've had 480 downloads and over $7,000 in transactions. And why we are here is to possibly meet fellow solution providers who would like to partner with us to give Africans a great access to global opportunities when it comes to payment, because it's a disservice to Africans when you're trying to pay for a course online. Someone is trying to pay you from abroad and you can't get your payment. So our first product was a virtual card. And for the virtual cards, it's instant. Under 5 minutes, you can get signed up and get your card, so long as you put in your details. And there are ways for us to get to be sure that yes, we have various KYC procedures, or would I say guidelines that help you. And another thing is we have launched in the past 2 months, we have launched in Nigeria and Kenya. So I'm giving us all of these details to see how where we're currently at. And in the next few months, say ending of October to be precise, we're looking at rolling out POS systems to merchants who want to experience what it means to have seamless transactions, because failed payments, delayed bill settlements, and all of those things are hampering businesses today. And finally, I'm going to speak to other products in the pipeline that we're building, and that is cross-border payments to 17 other African countries, and bills payments and transfers. You can do that via virtual card. And one last important thing to note is, as much as we have a lot of restrictions around some the cards that we currently use, especially in Nigeria, for the virtual cards that we have, you can process transactions of up to $100,000 per month, which I don't think really exists with any commercial bank. So these are value propositions that we see that is helping the industry today, and we're hoping that you can join us as we make sure that payment fail is not a reason why a business in Africa winds up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have a question about nicely. 1, 2, and the lady. I'll give you a donation. All right, thank you very much.
Oluwatoyin, thank you.
Oluwatoyin, thank you. Nice presentation. My name is Miva, MBA for September 2024. I just want to ask, how do you differentiate yourself from your competitors like Clever, like Catholic, and some other platforms like that offer similar service? And then what's your monetization model? So if I partner with your business, how do I make money as an investor? And what's your, how do you make money as a business? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ota. So I like that question because that's, of course, the top of my question that we all have. For that, I see that a lot of virtual card owners are mostly focused on B2C. They are particular about the freelancers, the creators, but a huge part of our business focuses more on B2B. And we have APIs, we design APIs and systems that help other businesses plug into our systems to have to be able to make payments for their clients. And a quick example is a partnership we had with Avail Educational Consult. This was what we launched this year, and what we do for them is, because they are an institution that helps people get visa and they pay for their studies abroad. So what we did was plug them into our system, and then they're able to pay for their students through our system. So basically, right now, currently, we're laser focused on B2B partnerships. Thank you. I hope I answered your question. Hello. Monetization. Yes, for now there are no, unlike the regular virtual cards that you have, right now there are no transaction fees. You only have the withdrawal and the deposit fees. And it's $3 for each card, virtual card, and you can own up to 3 virtual cards. Yes, we make money from the withdrawal and deposit, a minute percentage of it, and then $3 for each card you create on the platform.
All right, thank you. My name is Shivaji from MIT. My question basically is more of a alignment, because now we have banks that use cards. You can play about that, and they do transactions for African countries. So how do you want to deal with that? The cap is coming in from CBN, so many banks will adapt to that. How are you going to transact with that, or how are you going to grow our own?
While I may not have a full answer for that, one thing I know of is the limitations that comes with, bank regulations and all of that. And by limitations, I mean you have 5,000 cap for the amount of transaction you can process per quarter and things like that. And that's why at first when we first started, we were using a particular, we're in partnership with Bridge Card, which only allows $10,000 of transaction per month. But then we realized that this is way beyond what Africans actually need, because there's money in Africa and we need to get that out. And that way we're able to upgrade the system to be able to pay over or to process transactions of over $100,000 on each virtual card per month. Thank you. Can't hear you.
My name is Melanie from MBA.
Hi, Kelly.
So, I want to ask regarding the volatility of the foreign market. How are you doing? What is the plan, or what is the plan to combat that? If right now, dollar will not fall, before December, it will rise again. We can change
Probably or probably not. Okay, for volatility of the foreign exchange market, that is something that I would say is a part, would I say it's a part of the business. It's something we can't do without. And as much as possible, we put structures in place. By structures, I mean CBN regulations. In fact, we are looking to become a payment service provider. We're hoping to get our license from CBN. We're still in talks with them. So these are the structures we're putting in place to ensure that we have what it takes to actually manage those downsides and risk when it comes. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I would like to ask, how soon do you think your company will break even? I've heard a lot about what you can do, what you want to do, and how you're going to do it. But how about making money?
That's a very valid question. For breaking even, while we have our valuation, pre-seed valuation and all of those things in place, we're hoping to break even in the next 2 years. I say 2 years because we are trying, as much as there seems to be a lot of cash flow in the fintech industry, we're looking to build a very robust system, and this will take a lot of time, effort, and money. And that's why we're looking as much as possible to get all the funding we need. We raised $16,500 for seed, and we're looking to get $100,000 for 10% equity for this current round that we are at. So,
I just how you intend to do that?
no. There are a lot of products in the pipeline. And I've mentioned some of them earlier, and there are lots more coming up that I might not be able to fully disclose here right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask it for all three contestants for the pitch competition. So come on, you can do better than that, everyone. All right, to take us further, while we collate, the judges collate the results, and also you take some time to reflect on what they've said and vote online. A very critical part of why we are doing this, as I said earlier, is to build vibrant connections. And one way to do that at Miva Open University is through the Miva Career Advancement Center. I wouldn't want to talk more about it so I don't steal a thunder, but I'm going to welcome the Senior Manager of the Career Advancement Center for a presentation. And please, you know, the networking time, I think this is more of the time to listen, and then we can go back to networking. So I'd like to get everyone's attention here. We can talk more about the business initiative after this session, but it's very important that we pay attention to what Miva has in store for its students. And let's put our hands together as I welcome Binta Gali, who will be leading this session. Come on, guys, let's put our hands together for her.
Okay. Yeah.
Surely that applause cannot be for me. Please clap for me. I like applause. They say that applause is the food for champions. I see myself as a champion. So please, another one. Networking got me my current job. Just like the VC, I got my job on LinkedIn. So for those of you that say, I'm not a LinkedIn person, we are looking at you with our side eye. You see? We underestimate the value of networking. We underestimate it because ChatGPT, who is my very dear friend and colleague, told me something very important. ChatGPT said it's better to be mediocre and visible than to be a genius that nobody knows about. You see? Please clap. You can be the best at your craft, but if nobody knows about it, you're only going to be the best in your bedroom. For you to go far, you have to put yourself out there. Visibility is what separates the doers from the dreamers. I'm pretty sure as these people were here talking about their stuff, in this room, if they put all our ideas together, maybe it's the economy of the whole world. Maybe what's after trillion? Please, what is after trillion? I think in this room, if they put all our ideas together, it's maybe $1 zillion. Because every one of us has an idea that is going to change the world. True or false? Let me ask a question. How many times have you gone on LinkedIn or on Instagram or on TikTok or seen somebody on Instagram to see somebody doing like a cooking show or something, especially the cooking one, where somebody is cooking like an Igbo traditional soup, and you say, that's not how they used to do it. We used to put onions in our own soup. The palm oil needs to come second or it needs to come later. You know the difference between you and that person? That person has started. That person has put it out there. If you go and look at Hilda Bassi's post from the beginning, she was not cooking 200 bags of rice. Diary of a Kitchen Lover, she was not cooking as good as she was now, but she started. You know the interesting thing? The day you decide to start, that's the day you become a beginner. The people that have started, they have started the race. So the day you decide to start, that's the day you become a beginner. And for you to be a champion, you have to start from somewhere. And so when we sit down to criticize, to say, hey, all this online thing, nothing concerns me inside, you're cheating yourself out of something big. Let me tell you a story about physical networking that happened to me. So I've done a lot of things in my life. And one time I was running a luxury concierge service. So I walked into Transcorp Hilton in Abuja, and I was just walking past. In my nature, I saw this man and I smiled at him and I said, "Good afternoon, sir." And it was a very big smile. So he stopped and looked at me. He said, "Good afternoon, young lady." But you could tell he was surprised. Am I supposed to know you? But I didn't know him. So I walked away. And it so happens that we ended up in the same store. So he asked me again, "Am I supposed to know you?" I said, "No." So he said, "Why did you greet me with such enthusiasm?" And I said, "That's how I actually greet people." He was like, "Why?" I said, "I don't know. I just like to greet people with a smile." So we got talking. I didn't know who he was. He didn't know who I was. He asked me what I did. I explained it to him with my card. I gave it to him. And on his way out, he said to me, My name is Abimola Ogunbanjo." How many people know him? The former group chairman for the Nigerian Stock Exchange. He's late now. He died with Wigwe in the plane crash. But that moment changed a lot of things for me. He gave me so many opportunities by just meeting me and by me just smiling at him. And I told myself, I said, there's something here. So every time I meet people, I greet them with enthusiasm. And I say, "Good afternoon, ma. You look lovely." Today on the plane, I helped this old lady who was carrying her bag and her children wanted her to, I think it was her first time on a plane. So I took her pictures and I did everything. And on her way out, she stood and she said, "God bless you with long life and good health. I pray that you have so much more money that you will not know what to do with it." That's also networking. Here they say network, some of you. I'm not looking at anybody, but I'm looking at you. The point I'm trying to make is that networking has the ability to change the trajectory of your life. So when we keep hammering on it, there's something there. Put yourself out there. Let people know what it is that you do. Because if we know what you do, the likelihood that we're going to be able to provide opportunities for you in that space is more. Now, this is where I come in. I manage the Career Advancement Center at Miva. And the whole idea of the Career Advancement Center is to make sure that your degree is not only just a piece of paper. What do you plan to do with it when you graduate? Right? So we look at it this way, that we have provided you with an education, but what are we giving you that other universities are not giving their students? So we set up the Career Advancement Center, and the Career Advancement Center is essentially there to make sure that we prepare you for the world of work. Now we understand that the career needs of undergraduate students and postgraduate students are quite different, which is why the services that we offer to postgraduate students are very much tailored to what postgraduate students need. So we connect you with opportunities, we prepare you for the workplace, and we support your career growth journey. I had conversations with a few people here, and I've realized that we're all here for different reasons. Some people want to get promotions at their place of work. Some people want to go into a new field entirely. Some people want to get their first job, and it's still okay that we're all here together. What kind of initiatives do we run at the Career Center? Career readiness training. So we equip students with skills, such as LinkedIn, interview prep, networking. And I realized that a good number of us that have been working for a very long time, we really don't brush up on our skills when it comes to networking, interviewing, things like this. So if I ask somebody, tell me about yourself, the average Nigerian is going to start from, my name is so and so and so. I am from Kwara State. I have I'm from a family of 5. We grew up in the village with our grandmother. We are Christian by religion. How does this apply to you as a professional? We say that when you approach people, the first things you should be talking about are who you are, what you do, and what kind of value you provide to them. So those are the kind of things that we do at the Career Center, helping you to be able to pitch yourself. We also provide employer engagement, where we strengthen partnerships with HR leaders. We showcase your talent. We're planning a HR summit, and we know that our postgraduate students are the first people that we're going to invite to that HR summit. Because we don't also want it to be that by the time you graduate, you take your CV to an employer and they say, which one is Miva again? Right? All these mushroom universities, that's the likelihood of what they're going to say, all these mushroom universities that are springing up everywhere. So we're going the extra mile to say we're bringing all the HR professionals in all the locations that we're in to say Miva students are doing great things and they're ready for the world of work. Please employ them because they're going to change your organization. We're also going to have career events. So we're going to have career fairs, workshops, employer sessions. Mr. Vice Chancellor, today I've heard that a lot of people want to meet Sim Shagaya. True or false? So please, you will need to take that information back to him that they really want to meet him. And I think it's because people are inspired by him. I joined Miva because of Sim Shagaya. Because I was inspired by the work that he has done building Conga, building U-Lesson, and it has evolved into Miva. And I know that a lot of the students here are also inspired by his story. And so we would be having events where we bring people like Sim, his colleagues in the industry that can also inspire you to do greater things. And then also providing one-on-one support. We're going to be providing personalized guidance and tailored to each student's unique goals. What you gain as a postgraduate student. So you get access to exclusive job opportunities in your field, invitations to career workshops and master classes, networking with top employers and industry experts, and ongoing support even after graduation. Because it's important that even when you are not a student, we still provide you with support. So even after you graduate, you get a job and you say, I want my CV tailored to this particular role, you can still reach out to us at the Career Advancement Center for us to help you with that. So how do you stay connected? You join our Career Advancement Center Telegram channel. You participate in events and fairs and read our monthly newsletters. Please, that newsletter that you see every month, it's coming from me and it's coming with love. Please open it and read it. Please. So you can book career support sessions and you can follow and tag Miva Open University on LinkedIn and email us at the career center at miva.university. So thank you very much. Now I want to give a louder round of applause. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to all our dignitaries for being here. I would like to acknowledge the Vice Chancellor and all my colleagues here. Thank you so much.
We can do it louder. You know, there's a way you can do this, and when you reach out to her, you tell her, I need this CV to be very perfect. I'm one of the people shouting when you're presenting the other day. I know Nigerians, people are going to take advantage of this. But again, this is the beauty of Miva Open University. We go above and beyond for our students, and we ensure that we prepare you not just in the classroom but also for the world of work and also your entrepreneurship journey. I know for some of us that are startup founders here or even entrepreneurs, you might think that a lot have not been said about you here, but we also read proposals. We help to structure these proposals, help with business plan in the Career Advancement Center, and also we'll be sharing opportunity such as opportunities for you to get funding from organizations. And I believe we've actually even started doing this. And we could even start from only $200,000, and before you know, you start breaking in millions. Standing today, the Miva Open University and the U.S.A. Group have benefited a lot from these sort of organizations and also from funding. And I can tell you that most businesses in Nigeria are not standing on their own. They have a lot of backing. So we want to expose you to that and through the Miva Career Advancement Center. And I think for everyone that presented today and everyone that have bright ideas, you should speak to Binta, or you could talk to Deborah and myself after the event. We'll be very happy to see where we can come in and help your business grow. So again, at Miva, we are going above and beyond. And I'd like to just put it out there that apart from events like this, we're going to have smaller networking events
There could be program focused, program specific. I believe the MIT guys would want to meet some other tech pros right in the industry. If you are one of those people, can I see your hands up? And the MBA guys, it would be really nice to sit with Ladi Balogun or FCMB and ask him how he's able to penetrate into the north and make FCMB a northern friendly bank. Or you want to speak with Tony Elumelu and just even ask about his points. I think he's one of the biggest influencers we have in Africa right now, cuts across countries and even continents. So yes, we'll be doing all of that at Miva. And I trust that if you just join Miva, it feels like you joined at the right time, like the best time, because we are growing, and at the heart of everything we do is our student community. So thank you everyone again for coming, and thank you, Binta, for the great work you are doing with the Miva Career Advancement Center. So to take us further, so we have over 32 entries for the business pitch competition, and also a couple of entries from the MPA students for the policy debate. However, this morning, one of our contestants pulled out due to health reasons. And for that, we have a part of the program which is called a student open mic. And a couple of students have walked up to me today and like, Mr. Gordon, I built this, I did that. And I think that it would be really nice for us to hear from some of these people. Trust me, refreshment is going to start in the next 10-15 minutes. And then we can get, now that we've heard all the sermon about connection, I want to see the person that will sit down and press their phone after all that we said today. But I hope that you take advantage of what I will say today. So we're going to have a student open mic while the judges collect the final results for the competition and prepare for the announcement. You're going to have an open mic. If you have a business, an idea which did not go through the stage, or you want to share with us today, it's an open mic. You have just 3 minutes to tell us about it. And who knows, we can get collaborators in the house. If you are one of those people, can I see your hands up? First to step out, let's have you come up. Let's put our hands together for him. Don't forget to tell us your name, your program, and your cohort. And just quickly, in 3 minutes, tell us what you have for us. Please, 3 minutes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adibal Watosi, MBA January cohort. I didn't plan to be standing here today because being here is like a testimony. It's just to see the good things Miva has done. So it's more like a story. And when I came in, I saw Dr. Chiu and I was greeting him out. Thank you, sir, for the good work you've done and everything and you're doing. So I told him what I was able to do because of Miva, and he was impressed. I was like, okay, come and share it. I was like, I didn't want to talk, but okay, let me do that. So my heart is beating right now, but yes, please. So joining Miva, I want to appreciate the marketing team because they did a great job. It was true that I got to know Miva. But I couldn't join in September, so eventually, I didn't know there would be a January course. I joined January. So during one of our program, during our last semester, when we were taught ERP system, ERP solution, I was like, I've been in the industry, I've not heard about this, and I was like, what this could do. And because I build solutions for business in different industries and all that, I was like, this is a good one. So, but it was so much for me, I was like, okay, I'll start. But I didn't start until when, okay, as a church boy during service, I got that motivation. I started it, and today, because of Miva, we already have an ERP solution system that can, yes, a ERP solution system for businesses, and it's what it does is that it has accounting modules, HRM, CRM, POS, that's point of sales, and project management and all that. So, and all that could be achievable because of what I was taught in Miva. And trust me, there are challenges. And one of the challenges was guiding the startup team. And right now we still have that challenge. So, but I'll meet with people. I'll look forward to meeting people and talking about how people. Thank you very much.
All right, I think there's a question for you, Ken. Or comment. Okay.
It is time.
Okay.
All right, I would allow Abdurrahman Akiyemi to have like 3 minutes to tell us about the product he's building. Who else is
Sorry.
Thank
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So please don't forget, if any of this speaks to you, you can just write them later and get to speak with them. I would allow Abdurrahman and 2 other people who are going to speak. 1, 2, and this. Play.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My name is Abdurrahman Akiyemi, and I'm a legal practitioner here with my very good colleague, Mimi Edime.